the hair is part of the whole makeup and everything. But in terms of, is it weave or is it this, is it natural? I mean, you know, as long as they look nice. I mean, if, you know, guys are not very that stressed out.
Bob Marley in the workplace. That's what they're gonna think. They're gonna think you're gonna come to the workplace and everyone's gonna start wearing dreadlocks and smoking weed. That's what it is. So to be honest, no, it's true. It's true.
Okay, if I ever want to go into the corporate world, I'm gonna have to straighten my hair, and it's just from odd comments that you pick up. Oh, your hair's so nice. Why don't you straighten? Like, it's nice, but why don't you take it to its optimum? And when you're dressing to go to an interview and you're trying to, you know, go against the elite, you're going to try and do everything in your power to be. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Can I break the conversation just because I feel really, you know, the wrong person to talk, because I am from Hungary and I haven't I've not seen a black person until I was 14, and then I moved to England when I was 17, and then I lived 1.5 years in Africa, and I loved it. I completely love you guys, you know, where you're from. I really feel it. Okay. Yeah, seriously. And so I also feel that, you know, I have long blonde hair, and I really, you know, we are discussing on something that we are trying to break stereotypes and all that. And I think for me, Africa really helped. When I went there, I met women who had obviously short hair because it's easier to handle, and I said to myself, oh my God, if European ladies were just half as beautiful as you, we would all not have hair, because we do use our hair to create confidence in us. And I think it comes down to what you're arguing about, that we don't get jobs, or the way we get jobs. You know, I also recognize on myself that I do use my hair to, you know, to go on a date, to get a better job, to feel more confident. And I think, you know, even I learned so much from your movement, how the way you wear your hair. And I think it's you know, it's the way you feel confident with yourself. And there's nothing wrong with using your hair in that way, actually. It's, you know, if you feel that long hair gives you that, then do that. If not, then do that. But I think it's beautiful that more and more people are going more natural, you know, and you find yourself.
I think that if someone's going to employ you based on your hair, I think it's probably best that you don't work for them.
It's discrimination.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what are you getting the job for? Are you getting the job for money? Are you getting the job for peace of mind? Are you surviving? You know what I mean? Because my approach is that if someone's not going to employ me based on my hair, then if I wanted the job that much, I'd probably go and try and create the job myself. You know what I mean? I've become self-employed. I'd probably look at it in a bigger aspect. You know what I mean? Look at the main fact that someone's going to employ you based on whether your hair is natural or straight. Personally, I wouldn't work for them, because you know what it's like.
I think like men have that problem as well. I couldn't go. I wouldn't go to Simmons and be like, yeah, come on now, let me in. You know what I mean? Like I'll go get a haircut and stuff. It's the same. I think
you should be comfortable with yourself. You know what I mean? And not feel hard done by because they don't employ you because you're here. You've got to understand that they have a problem, not you.
Society would still have that pressure on you though. Whatever it is, if you're a woman, you're already going to have that pressure in an interview. Hair or no hair, you're going to have that because you're a woman. You're going to be judged on the fact on your gender, on your sexual orientation, and on your hair, afro, big, natural.
So then do we conform to that and allow our children to keep going through this same process?
That's why I say, if you get the job, then you must have the
we actually...
Because I did that when I got my job, and I had this hair in, and then as soon as I went natural, my manager's like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on, Zena? Like, you're looking at it, you know? And I was just like, well, to be honest, this is how I am, like, you got to accept that. And obviously I went back on the thing.
I wouldn't personally work for somebody that had that opinion. If I had because I can grow my hair to an afro, and if they said, oh, your hair looks weird because you're on an afro, and then I had my hair in a week, and they said, oh yeah, you look more cool now, like Chris Brown, you look good, yeah, take this job here. I'm thinking, well,
it kind of becomes your own perception. So in some senses I do agree with what Rosanna is saying. You're going into an interview and you've tricked yourself up already, thinking that you need to have straight hair. It's not necessarily them thinking, oh, she can't come into work like that because she doesn't look like she's going to fit in.
I've never straightened my hair and I've had plenty of jobs.
Black people can sometimes think things of white people that are not true. Like a lot of white people I don't think would necessarily notice a very big difference between natural hair tied back and relaxed hair tied back. But a lot of black people being able to notice with that difference will presume that a white person, I really don't think if I took out my hair now in the afro and tied it back and put a band on it, or if it was relaxed with a band, whether most people would be able to tell the difference. I've worked in the city with natural hair. My sister's worked in the city with natural hair. It's doable. It's very, very, very doable. I think sometimes, like what some people are saying, it can be your personal belief shining through.
It's just that when I started that documentary, I was wearing my braids, and every time I've been asked, like, why don't you have your natural hair? So I had to learn. So from that I learned, but it takes time. It took me 3 years. So that's why it's so difficult for many women.
My hair is not, I'm not going to show you my hair though, but my hair is not the type of hair where it rests. It's not a settled hair. My hair is really erratic. It will stick up like static all the time. It will be curly one day, it will be long one day, it will be short. It's ever changing. So I'm just asking to the guys, do you think that women should go out with this hair, or do you think we should go out with our natural hair? That was the question. To men.
Can I just say, like,
Yeah.
if you feel comfortable with your hair the way it is now, and you feel more confident that way, that is your choice as a woman. That's how you feel most comfortable in this society that judges to us how we should look. So if that's how you feel comfortable, that's how you should be. If you feel comfortable with a weave, with braids, with like natural hair, whatever it is, as long as you feel comfortable, that's all that should matter. It shouldn't matter what everybody else thinks, and it shouldn't matter what men think.
Yeah, but like I said to you before, not everybody has that in a woman to say that I can.
But
think.
Yourself, you know that you feel comfortable with a weaving.
I might not have that self-esteem to say, oh, I can go out like that. I might think.
I'm not saying go out natural. I'm going to say go out.
That's what I'm saying to you. I'm saying not everyone can think like that. Everyone has their own opinions, and everyone is not their own person. So
I can understand. Obviously, everybody wants to be attracted, to be seen as attracted to the person they're attracted to, yeah. But I think people also have to appreciate that your partner, he should appreciate the hair that grows out of his mum's head. He cannot be looking to other races and telling you, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what, I'm kind of fancying a bit of Indian, so let's, do you know what I mean? Like, I want some Brazilian, so let's be real. We are Afro-Caribbeans. This is how we are in our natural state. If you don't like that, you need to ask your partner to look within and ask himself why. Do you understand?
That we should still do this type of hair, or do you think we should all go natural? I mean, guys, come on.
It's an individual issue, isn't it? Depends on what the hair likes. If she likes to have it permed or if she likes to have it straight, it's completely her choice.
Yeah, but if you're in a partnership with a woman, wouldn't you have a say as to what hairstyle? No.
Why people looking at excuse me.
I was asking myself the question, why would the woman would want to straighten or relax her 4-year-old kid? And I was thinking that must come from a certain pressure, like society puts some sort of pressure, and that's where I understand kind of where the question is coming from. Your question whether how your partner perceives you, because it's not about your partner only, but it's about you being part of society that has a view on or a definition of beauty that is derived from all this music video and pop culture and the magazines that, you know, each page you turn, you see a woman that her hair is flying to the side. Seriously, and that is how, and I understand how brave someone can be to kind of start considering to break a bit from that culture. But I mean, the question really is what society is really trying to push you to do, I guess. But eventually, how people feel good about themselves is how they should go eventually. Okay. And beauty comes from within, really, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
From within.
From within, really. I mean, it's all one thing, but real beauty comes from inside out, not from outside in. Not looks is not everything.
What I find most fascinating about black hair is the versatility, because she was saying how it's the weakest of all the hair types, and it's like, well, no, because if I can have a perm and a braids and then cut it short and then do this and then do this, then surely there's a bit more to its strength than it being, because it's so curly, it's really dry, so it becomes really brittle and it breaks. It's like, I just like the versatility. I can have braids this week and I can have my natural hair next week. So,
I'd also like to point out in the film, someone talked about how every chemical you put on your hair gets into the blood, and that's also not true. So I just think there's kind of not a misconception, but sometimes people are unaware and they think because something has a natural label on it, it is everything good, and because something has a synthetic label on or chemical label, that like is it made from mixing this coloured solution in this one, or is it made by breaking down a plant and then extracting something from the plant? So for me, they're all chemicals. It's just where they come from.
Well, I fit in more in the Dominican Republic with the Spanish women. My hair is more like theirs. It was from them that I learned that don't try to curl your hair. Your hair isn't like that. Just relax it with a kiddie perm. Don't go for that other stuff. That's where I learned.
Keep it natural and
yeah.
Learn how to love.
Learn how to love what you have. Because I went the other way. I tried to make mine curly. And it was breaking.
Yeah.
It broke for a long time.
Because I relaxed my hair for 10 years. And I would do that. I would relax my hair and then do the big curls, because those are the curls I wanted.
Yeah.
I don't want tight curls, totally against that.
I didn't do any
but I
curls.
would curl my hair and then do big curls.
Yeah.
And I think when I did start to go natural and went through that transition, it was a journey of loving the different curls that are on my head, because in the middle it's sort of straight, I would say wavier. There's no matter what I put in it, whether it's gel or whatever, it doesn't go like that. It just sort of goes like that, whereas at the side it's more curly, and it's just learning to love what is growing up my head, and that takes time. It takes time.
I don't have much to say, just thank you everyone. I have some thank you cards here, and just join the Facebook page, and alright, thank you.
I said I wanna get down. Tell me what am I supposed to do?